He's alright, but he's not me. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind, and you know I had to get me some of this. But before I do, I want to say to everybody, this is considered to be one of the busiest travel days out of the whole year. And guys, I can't tell you how much you mean to me. You know what I mean? Whether you know, give me thumbs up, thumbs down, or critique or whatever. Please be careful. You know, please be careful with yourself. Be careful with your families as you travel. It's like, don't be given to road rage and bullshit like that. That's not really important. What's really important is that you get there where you're going, that you arrive, that you get there safely. All right, if somebody wants to cut in front of you, don't play games, don't be honking horns. You know there's a bunch of fucking psychos out there, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who you're flipping off. It's like if you're that person who's given to road rage, take a deep breath, relax, you know what I mean? Put on your favorite YouTube or your favorite song, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever it takes to relax yourself. Utilize the rest stops, you know, all that good stuff. It's like, stay in a good frame of mind. But please, please, please be careful. I've seen way too many accidents, and it ain't pretty, man. It's like you want to get there, you know, you want to get there safely, and it's the holidays. You don't want that type of shit to happen like the day before Thanksgiving, you know, over the holidays, so somebody can say, you know, oh my God, it happened during the holidays. Oh, it's ruined forever. No, you don't want that. So please be careful. All right, guys, and moving on, I like to say this up front now. I want to say thank you to everybody out there who likes, who shares, who subscribes, and please make sure you remain subscribed. YouTube is just crazy, and you know, as far as subscriptions are concerned, mine just keep going up and down and up and down. It's like, I know that it's some freaky shit going on, so please, you know, make sure that you hit the subscription button and hit the notification and hit all. It's very, very important. And I tell everyone also all the time that I am indeed on Twitter, and I always put the link to that in the description box. You can find it there. There's also a link to a PayPal page, you know, so if you do enjoy me and what I do here, you might want to support the channel, and I would appreciate that greatly. Thank you. Now, I want to spin off into the topic here, and like I said, I had to get a piece of this. This is the JJ Abrams actually saying the name, the Fandom Menace. And I wanted to talk about this because, guys, so long ago, you know, I made the point that these people know exactly who the hell we are. You know what I mean? I know that it's like the thing to do to act like we don't exist, you know, to belittle us, and you know, they have to do that stuff, you know, because they don't want to hear critical voices. They don't want to hear challenges to their creative decisions. So they rather like come up with this crazy narrative that everybody out here who is critical of their movies, you know, is like part of a hate group. They're all white. It's easy for them to say that, you know, because, oh yeah, everybody wants to dump on white guys now. So we'll just say it's some, you know, bitter, racist, fucking misogynist, sexist white guys. And we'll run with that narrative. You know what I mean? The only thing is that they're so out of touch that they don't realize that the fandom is diverse. The fandom has been diverse. So if you're trying to silence your critics, doing it that way is totally ineffective, because you're overlooking me, you're overlooking people like me, you're overlooking women, you're overlooking like all different types of sexualities, you know, who might actually not be appreciating all of your virtual signaling bullshit. Not to mention all of the white guys out there who are truly genuine and decent people, you know, and they don't deserve this. You know what I mean? Good, decent people don't deserve this. Racism, any type of racism is wrong. I don't care who it's directed against. I don't care if it's directed against black people. I don't care if it's directed against white people or anybody else. It's wrong. And to not call that out is enabling people to put us in a position where we make the same mistakes today that we made in the past. And we've made such progress. So this has to be challenged every time we get a chance. Now, like I said before, that's been what JJ has been running with. But now, to hear him actually say the name, the Fandom Menace, it gives a lot of people, you know, a little bit more, I guess, proof, you know, that they do know that we exist and everything, even though I think most of us would know that already, you know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, I've said many times that if Star Wars begins to get better, then you have the Fandom Menace to thank for it. I mean, if you have kids, you don't just accept anything from kids when you know what they're capable of. I mean, if your kids are just dumbasses, then I guess you're just gonna fucking accept that they're dumbasses. You know what I mean? They're gonna come home, they're gonna drool. I don't know that. I don't know how to read that. I don't know how to do math. And you're like, okay, well, you know, you're a dumbass. You know, I'm a dumbass. My father was a dumbass. You come from a long line of dumbasses, so I can't really expect that you would be anything other than a dumbass. So it's okay. But if you know that your child is actually capable of so much more and they have so much potential and so much to work with, then chances are you're going to hold them to a higher standard. And that is simply what all of the people who you consider to be Fandom Menace, that's what we're doing. We're holding Star Wars to a higher standard because we know what Star Wars is capable of. We know the potential of Star Wars because unlike Kathleen Kennedy, we know that there is very rich source material and there is so many fan fictions out there that are just simply brilliant and people who are so inspired and so ingenious and just so imaginative. All right, so when you get a mental and creative midget such as Rian Johnson, then it becomes easy for those of us who know better to point that out. And what they do, what becomes easy for them, is to retreat to this tired, played out bullshit narrative that is just people who are full of hate. All right. So anyway, let me get into this. All right, what it is that JJ Abrams said, all right? Because, you know, most people have already tackled this and everything. But for the sake of my channel, I'm going to read a little bit of it right now, okay? So we have that understanding, you and I. All right, so anyway, Esquire's Matt Miller was interviewing JJ Abrams, right? And he led up to the question by saying this. He says, over the last couple of years, since The Last Jedi came out, I've been writing a lot about the response to that movie. I have. It was me. I was writing a lot. And some of the toxic fandom around Star Wars and in this new era. The toxic fandom is so bad. Oh. There are some fans who take issue with the filmmaking. Other fans who take issue with some of the more progressive themes. I'm curious. How do you watch the response to Star Wars movies change in this modern era compared to maybe the prequel series or how fans originally responded to them? Tell me, JJ. All right, and then we scroll down and we have JJ saying, I think the bigger question is, how has everything changed? The reaction to Star Wars, the increased attacks, the increased negativity, the Fandom Menace, as they call it. You know, that is not unique to Star Wars, obviously. All right, so there you have it, guys. You have JJ Abrams saying that the Fandom Menace, all right, as they say. They call themselves the Fandom Menace. It's almost like he's being very, like, dismissive, you know what I mean? The Fandom Menace is, as they call it, the peasants. The Fandom Menace. The Fandom Menace. I'm laughing at the Fandom Menace. But he said it, all right? We're in his mind, all right? And to JJ, I would just say this. You said the name Fandom Menace, but you have no idea what the Fandom Menace is. You don't. Because if you did, you would have been afraid before you made the decisions that you made. You might have second-guessed some of the things that you did creatively. You see, Star Wars fans in particular are probably the last fans that you want to fuck with. It's like there are so many Star Wars fans out there who are knowledgeable, who study this like a religion, man. It's like you just can't make shit up as you go along. There's no such thing as dumping the EU. There's no such thing as just poo-pooing George Lucas's treatments. You know what I'm saying? It's like there are people out there who actually, like, and I'm not even one of them. I'm just somebody who's passionate about the movies, all right? But I have rubbed shoulders since I've been doing this with people who astound me with their knowledge of Star Wars and the lifeline of Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia. They know where things went after Episode 6 with these characters. So how fucked up is it that you came in with episode 7 and just trashed everything, you know? And how fucked up is it that your imagination is so limited that the only thing that you could do was decide that these 3 characters had nothing more to say to each other? That's basically what you did. You decided they had nothing more to say to each other. And okay, I know that there was a scene where Han spoke to Leia. There was a scene where Luke spoke to Leia. There was a scene where, you know what I mean? It's like these things happened. But consider what it is that you have them say to each other. Consider the bullshit of lines like, same hair, or you changed your hair. You got a new jacket. Like, what the fuck, man? You gotta figure it's been something like, what, like 40 years or something like that? Who doesn't see somebody for like 30, 40, even 10 years, and then when you finally do see them, you say some bullshit like, you changed your hair, you got a new jacket. Well, no fucking shit, it's been something like 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Of course this is gonna happen. You can't think of anything more substantial that these people who have been through hell and back together might say to each other upon seeing each other after a while, after being estranged. That's your lazy ass writing, okay? And what you can't handle is that there are people out there who will call you on that shit, who look past all of the special effects and, oh, the pretty colors and explosions and lightsaber sound effects and bullshit like that. You know what I mean? To actually say, what's up with the writing? You know, when I look at the trailers and the TV spots, I want to make it known. We appreciate all of the technical aspects that's going on here. We appreciate all of the imagery and the sounds and the graphics and the music and everything like that. Everything looks great. The Last Jedi looked great. But where the fuck is your writing? That's the question. Because in the writing, you will find the heart. You will find the characterization. You'll find the motivation. You'll find the reason. And right now, that's what's missing. The reason. All right? So that's what we're going to call you on every single time. Now, JJ, acknowledging the Fandom Menace. Like I said before, you have no idea. All right? Because you want to stick to your narrative. If you mentioned our name, if you mentioned the name Fandom Menace, it should have been accompanied by my apology to the Fandom Menace. Because sooner or later, we are going to make you sorry. Because the Fandom Menace just grows. Every time I turn around, there's somebody new who's sounding off. There's somebody new who's making a video. And it's not just people making a video just to be making videos. These people are passionate. You know, and every one of them are connecting in their own way. There are so many distinct and significant voices that are coming up every single day. And they're honest and they're sincere and they're coming across. They're getting audiences, you know? So you might make your little opening, you know, numbers that you think you might want to brag about and shit like that. But you got to look at the future, man. It's like you have to look at what's going to happen, you know, over the next few years or so, you know, and everything. It's like the formula is getting old, you know, showing people these crazy trailers and stuff like that and getting people all excited and stuff. Just look in the comment sections on your own YouTube channels, Star Wars. It's like, look in the comment section. What are you going to see? You're going to see people who are sick of your formula, who are sick of your bullshit. They want to see something new, just like what George Lucas was saying. You guys are not doing anything new, and there's no excuse for it. And the Fandom Menace will always point that out. And time will prove that we had our point. Time will prove that we were right. We're on the right side of history. And that's what you have to accept. You know, so saying our name is a good first step in everything. But what you need to be doing is talking to some of us. What you need to be doing is reading books like The Fandom Menace, The Fandom Betrayed by Stephen A. Walton. All right, you need to be finding out some of our stories because it's not just us. It's not just a passing generation. It's also our kids. It's also our families. And all this shit is going to catch up to you. So, like I said before, it's all well and good that you said the name. Now you need the understanding. All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to go on and on with this. I think this is going on long enough. And you can get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this. It's a good thing, like I said before. It's good that we're finally being acknowledged, but it was inevitable anyway. You know, that doesn't surprise me at all. You know, like I said, next I want to see some understanding so that we might have some real change, you know, that is attributed to everything that we've been saying all along. So anyway, guys, like I said, you can get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. Like, share, subscribe, and you can always find me on Twitter. I will be there. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.